Hey, what's going on, guys? Eddie here again on the Fallibu channel, and today I'm going to be playing around with Masterpiece VR. I already started playing around with it a little bit this morning. I've been testing it out a little bit over the past couple of days. About 3 days ago, it went into Pro version, and they released a whole bunch of features. So I started using it a lot, and I gotta say, I'm freaking loving it. I'm freaking loving it. It's awesome. I do a little bit of 3D modeling in Blender. I'm trying to get better at it. Uh, this, however, I was able to pick it up in the afternoon, and I get it. It's pretty much just sculpting and drawing, and it's got a lot of the tools that would be helpful from Google's Tilt Brush that would be helpful in the sculpting process. They went ahead and added them in here too. So when I'm looking for Masterpiece VR videos, just to see what other V artists' techniques look like. How are other people using this tool to create objects that I want to create? Just to get a point of reference. So anyway, I'm on YouTube and I'm checking out their channel, the Masterpiece VR channel, and they got some amazing videos. One of their 1 minute videos shows a lady. I believe her name is Mary Ellis. I can't remember for sure. I'll put a link in the description. But it shows one of their artists drawing out some a reference material in VR using Masterpiece VR drawing tools. So I was like, you know what? I've been doing pretty good, just freestyling it, throwing down some geometry and sculpting it away until I'm at a place where I like. But it could be cleaner, it could be better, it could be more thought out. And to that end, I went ahead and decided, okay, let's see if I can sketch inside of VR. Turns out it's not as hard as it looks. So I went ahead and did a little sketch. I'm going to show you that here right now, and then we're going to go ahead and do another one and see if I can't replicate something or something like this one, or maybe even something a little bit better. So anyways, this is the second video in the series Making VR Inside Out, where ultimately I want to uh, make video game assets and levels and basically monsters and guns and vehicles and houses and scenes. I want to make all that stuff in VR, set it up to be a playable game in Unity, and then port it back into VR and play it. So instead of just creating art, I want to be creating art with the purposes of using it for video game assets. And I don't know how far I'll get, but this is the second video to that end. So without any more introduction, let's go ahead and jump into Masterpiece VR. Oh, except that it closed, I think. Yep, it did. It closed, and I hadn't saved. So we're just going to go ahead and start over from scratch. I might post a picture or something of, I'm not sure if I saved it. I know I took a picture, but I'm not sure if I saved it. So anyway, let's just restart it. That was unfortunate. It might have been too much with the stream. I'm not exactly. This is the first time I'm trying to stream Masterpiece VR. It is a graphic intensive application. It's generating like meshes that can be exported into Blender, and these are some pretty complex meshes. So let's see what happens. Why does it say my Firefox is unresponsive? Oh, yeah, isn't that good? Especially not being live. All right, let's try it again. There we go. All right, let me just try to. All right, it looks like we're back. Sorry about that technical difficulties. Okay, it looks like y'all are seeing what I am seeing. All right, so yeah, I don't think that I saved. Why is that on the floor? Dang it, it looks like I'm gonna have to reset this. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it's a problem with being live. Maybe it was because my controllers weren't turned on when I launched the app, so I don't know. We'll see. It's preparing to launch again. I apologize for the technical difficulties. I might make another video having edited this out. Oh, it's still exiting the last one. Okay, it looks like we're getting it. And we're back. Kind of, I think. Yep, looks like we're back. All right, so let's get straight to it. Wasted enough time. Let's see what kind of load real quick. Just to show you an example of something I've been working on before. Oh, that's not what I wanted at all. Is that what it looked like when I saved it? Jesus. Undo that shit. What is this? I see this is all junk. I have no idea. Oh, file. Okay, here we go. Load. Yeah, so I started, this was just freestyle. Sculpting from scratch. And it's not terrible. It's definitely a work in progress, or a work towards progress, I should say. But yeah, this was the easiest, and they're ugly hands, but at least this is the easiest I've ever made decent looking hands. I could just fix the bones and then straighten the bones out after rig in the rigging process. Okay, so let's start a new one. Start over, yes. Okay, hopefully I didn't save that. All right, so let's start off with the pencil tool. Size, all that stuff, that's fine. But I like to mirror things because I'm lazy. And why not? All right, let's move this. Let's center this thing though. I don't know. Where's the line? Okay, here's the line. It's in the middle of my place. Perfect. Okay, go back over to brush. Pencil. Let's start drawing in black. It'll be easier. You know what? Let's change the scene. What other scenes do they have? Okay, there's this one. That's cool. I want to do that for sure. I thought I had seen another one. Maybe not. Oh well. This is good enough. Much better. I like it a lot. Okay, let's see here. Let's get to it. Brush. Okay, so I think the last time I didn't do like a stick figure skeleton, I just started drawing a head and I ended up with not enough space with feet at the bottom, and it was just a nightmare trying to lift using the grab tool. It was a nightmare trying to lift my sketch up while maintaining it on this y-axis to keep it in line with the mirror, so that when I started drawing again on this side, it went to the mirror, the correct position in the mirror side. So what I'm gonna do this time, haha, learning, is I'm gonna draw a stick figure, just giving me a general idea of how big I want my model. And I'm only 5'6", so I'm not a tall guy. But I want to work on models that are about, my height or a little bit taller. So I guess I could start off in the middle, and that would make more sense. So let me just start off with a circle. All right. That was a terrible circle. Let's try to find the mirror. There we go. Yeah. Okay, that's the middle. All right. So let's circle it up, and then we'll edit it a little bit. This is not gonna be. This is just giving me where is the head gonna be. Drawing down the mirror line is also not as easy as you would think. Oh, I didn't like that. It's better to just sketch, and that way you can, take away a piece at a time and you have more control over the sketch. That's what I find. Like, I'm a sketch artist, but and the thing is that I notice whenever you draw a bunch of lines, your eye kind of finds the one you want to see, and then you can emphasize on that set of lines, and then go back and erase or delete, the other set. All right, that looks pretty good from that angle. Let's start taking a look at it from the front. Start giving it a little bit of depth. The chin. Start making like an ear. Why not? And we'll start giving it a little bit of depth. And no, I didn't like that. Let's go this way. Yeah, there we go. And a brow right here. That's like way too close to the center. We're not going to do that. All right, maybe we should draw from this perspective. Yeah, there we go. And we will erase that. There we go. That's a little bit better. Really didn't like that line. Oh no, wrong one. Pencil tool. This is like the grease pencil in Blender, I think. There we go. That's a little bit better. And see, we're just trying to get the general shape correct. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. Let's see, we'll draw from like the ear down. We're gonna draw some neck. Give it a little bit of. See, I notice when you start drawing these loops, like it starts feeling more three-dimensional. You can color it in a little bit, kind of how you want, like the mesh to be. The head is very flat. I don't like that at all. Oh, what was that? All right. Let's see here. I'm gonna round out the head a little bit more because this is. I can fix it in what I'm actually modeling. This is just, again, this is just reference. Let me see if I can erase these inner lines. And I'll just redraw them. And see, it's very. I was trying to make this womanly, but the head is just too. It's too thin, and maybe that neck is too thick. So I don't know. Let's see what we can do about that. And don't get me wrong, this is going to be a tough woman. Let's see. Let's round out this chin a little bit. That'll work. I'm not going to get lost in the details here. This is just reference. I can fix it on the model, ultimately. Delete some of these inner lines that I don't need. Just cluttering the model. Oh, no, didn't want to do that. There we go. That's a little bit better. I can draw a few more lines to round out this head here. And see, you can start, you can kind of start seeing the shape of the head coming into play. All right, so then let's start. Oh, you know what? I did it again. I didn't do a stick figure. Okay, well, let's start now. So this will be the body. Head is already a little too big. Oh well. Let's make some pelvis bones here and all right. Oh, these feet. All right, let's erase this. I can't see these lines anyway. Let's move back into my play space. Probably be easier. All right, let's see here. Let's see, I'm just making sure that I have enough space. Because the model won't take past this bottom white line, so I kind of just need to make sure, yeah, that'll work, that's gonna work. And yeah, the head does look too big. Maybe I can, you know what, it's probably easier to just redo it Now that I've redone the scale, and yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Let's get rid of this. Don't need it. Yeah, because the thing is that you want it all pretty much the same scale. So let me do that. That looks about right, right? I don't like those fingers at all, but it's alright. It's just to show where the hand's pretty much going to go. Make sure this is all going to look pretty much the right size. Yeah, that looks about right. I could deal with that. Okay, let's do that. So then let's start fixing these lines. As a matter of fact, let me recolor all of this, the stick figure, to like pink. Did that work? I don't know if it worked or not. It did not work. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I mean, it's not layers, but that will work. Gives you an idea. Now I can start drawing over it my actual model. Okay, let's start here in the center again. Okay, we're gonna start this over again. Oh, it's hard trying to find the line. That's my only real. Oh, that's actually looking a little bit better though. The face is still too squashed. So, and that's why I should have gone in shorter lines. But oh well, now we know. There we go. That's a lot better. Like tons better. I'm so glad I started this over again. All right, now we'll emphasize the line we want. That's legit. I like that much better. Okay, so that's gonna be her waist. So yeah, this will be her neck. Do I like that? I can't tell. I can't tell because of that pink. You know what? That's good. That's not bad. I don't mind that. No, too close, too close. I like that line better. I'm going to erase this other little one. Yeah, it's also kind of hard to tell where the cursor is at, but I mean, I'm making do. Oh yeah, okay, that's looking a little bit better. See, these are supposed to be the lips down here. Oh wow, this is looking much better than I had planned. I didn't do much work on the face last time because she was looking really ugly. So I was like, you know what? I'll just fix it on the sculpting. The sketch was looking very ugly. Alright, so let's work from the back here a little bit. Close this up. Let's give her some shape to the head. Let's give this neck some shape too. Give her face some shape. Yeah. Okay, I don't know how good it's coming out on the computer screen, but here, this is looking pretty legit. In VR, oh yeah, this is legit. Give the head a little bit more shape. There we go. Okay, that's good enough. Make a ring around here. Yeah. Close that up a little bit better. Oh, shouldn't have done that. Yeah, just define it a little bit more. That way I know what I'm looking at when I go back over. So yeah, I mean, that's coming out pretty good. Oh, the ears got pushed back a little bit. The ears are like in the head right now, but it's okay. I'll just fix that right here. Let's see if I can erase that part without deleting too much. Okay. There we go. There we go. That's much better. Oh yeah, she's looking pretty. I like it. This is very elvish. So the other one, it was very ugly, and that's why I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go orc with it. I'm gonna go goblin. All right, so let's start working out some more of the body. That's the head pretty much completed. I mean, and it looks much better than the last head. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and save this just in case. Ew. Boom, saved. Make sure it came out all right over here. Yeah, looks like everything went well. Okay. All right, so let's start working on some more of the body. I'm gonna do the torso next, but not sure if I want to start from up here or down there. Maybe I kind of want to maybe at least give it some form to get an idea of where I want it to end. All right, it's nice to start a race when you know where the finish line's at. Words of advice, fallible words of advice. Okay, so let's just get the basics of the torso here. No. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's get the sideline. Because the thing is I don't know if you realize this, but I'm basically drawing. If you're familiar with 3D modeling at all, like if you've ever done orthographic modeling, I'm basically drawing orthographic images right now. I'm just drawing them in the same 3D space. My orthographic images occupy the same 3D space, and I can actually, be in the space with them. And I don't know, but I think this is going to help tremendously when it comes to actually modeling this elf out. I really do. I'm betting on it. And you can kind of see, I'm using pretty much, I'm drawing in 3D modeling techniques and kind of giving it some shape. I don't like that line. All right, that's good enough. You can get the idea there. Let me get this back. Give that some shape. And the thing is that I think I'm going to be able to add my drawing style to these little artworks that I've been making in Masterpiece VR. It's the same line over here. Let me just work it over there. Okay, that works. Let me make some connections here just to get an idea of how I'm going to want things to go. Now I'm just making rings here because I can see the shape in my head better like this. So there's a nice little torso. That'll work. Didn't really like that. Let me try that. No, I didn't really like that either. There we go. It needs to be rounder. That's what it is. There we go. Let me see if I can erase some of this without getting it all. Nope, can't do it. Hold on. Let me just make a new line. As a matter of fact, yeah, let me go ahead and delete that old one. That old one doesn't make sense anymore. It was just a starter. There we go. That's much better. Okay. Sorry about that. I just scratched my head. So now you can kind of see it's coming together, right? Got a little elf lady coming out here. You can kind of see it, right? Yeah, I can. Okay, so now let's get some basic shape going on for the shoulders. That'll work. Kind of works. That's an interesting stroke. Like, it's weird to do that in VR. Okay, that'll work. I like to make little circles there for joints. Just, I don't know. It's a habit, I guess. Okay, so let's draw out these arms. I feel like the arms are going to be a little small for how big her head is, but that's, oh well. That's what it looks like that's the way it's going to be. No, you know what? I do. I need to make them better. Does that look better? Her legs are a little short, but maybe I can fix that when I get there. Okay, this will work. I like it. Oh, I'm looking to the edge of my play space. Let me bring that back. Okay, so let's do this. I like I like drawing muscular, very, very strong characters. So let's continue that. Oh, didn't like this. All right, that'll work. That's a little bit better. I like that. I can get behind that. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you can kind of get the idea of what's going on here. So now let's draw this side. You can even check it out from the top too. I'm like, that's probably easier. Just because I feel like I know what this is supposed to look like from the top. Oh shoot, oh, that was too much, too much, too much. All right, that doesn't look horrible. Let's start looping some of this stuff together. Well, that's really only, what, one, two, oh, that's all four of them. Yeah, let's start looping them together. I feel like doing these loops really, one, you're basically, in my mind, you're trying to make a cage. Like if you're familiar with the, what is it, paper mache, right? If you're familiar with the paper mache process, like you basically build your, like if you're wanting to make like a paper mache egg, you're gonna build yourself a little cage out of a hanger or something if you're a third grader, and or if you remember third grade, and you're gonna put a balloon inside of there, and then you're gonna take your paper mache material and you're gonna like basically lay stuff. Imagine these black lines are my hanger, and with paper mache, you basically lay stuff over. Well, with volumetric 3D modeling, I'm gonna be filling in and then sculpting away at these. So, like, you can kind of get an idea of what's happening here. This is getting pretty gnarly. I'm making a cage, so I might have should have explained that sooner, but yeah, that's ideally the concept here is you're trying to make a cage for your volume. Okay. So far I like that. Let's take a step back, take a look at it. Let's make some of these lines a little darker. Look at it from a couple of different angles. Okay, that looks a pretty dope. Not even gonna lie. You know what? This up here needs a little bit of closing. The neck just needs a tiny bit of closing up. Why doesn't it look good? Oh well. You get it. Everybody else gets it. It's okay. All right, so I'm definitely gonna have to extend these legs, but I love working with hands here because it's so like I'm a newcomer when it comes to Blender. I spent a couple of months working with it. I took a course on it, but I'm still, finding workflows that work for me. And this is just you don't even have to think about it. It's just so intuitive. You don't have to think about it. Okay, so there's that. Let's I could probably use some more lines here. Is what the deal is. So I think I'm gonna do that. I can't even see that line. Where's that line? There it is. It's like my pen was running out of juice or something. I don't know. Oh, that was not supposed to go there. Should have just looked at it from the back. All right, there we go. Some more lines just to mess with. That should work. Yeah, that should work. Okay. So it just gives a little bit more detail to the drawing. And the more detail you have in the drawing, the easier it's going to be when you come to sculpting, like, because you already have the shape. At least that's the plan. So, so yeah, this is looking really good. I'm really happy with this. Let's go ahead and save it again. Make sure my stream hasn't interrupted. It has not. Okay. All right. All right, back to this hand. We have very little space to work with in this hand, so it's got to be, let's see what we can do. There we go. Okay. See right here, I'm pretty much just drawing the shape of the hand. Really, I should draw a box. This would probably be the most yeah, that would probably be the most ideal thing to do. Let me just draw a box. Oh shoot, what happened? Did it crash? Luckily, I just saved. Nice. Never does that ever happen. Yeah, it stopped responding. Okay, you know what? We're closing in on almost an hour now. We're up to like 48 minutes. So let me go ahead and this sounds like a good spot to go ahead and take a break. But don't go anywhere because I'm going to go ahead and hit you back with part two coming up right after this. I'm going to go ahead and let everything cool down, get everything squared away, reset up, make sure that I still have this sketch. And we're going to do part two, the hands, and hopefully try to finish off the legs as well. So I shall return shortly. See y'all then. Till then, it's been Eddie.